Hey nerds, Sages here. So before we begin this video, I just wanted to give a shout out to our new sponsor and friends over at Amino. So for those who don't know what Amino is, it's a social-based app based around communities and all about your shared interests. And as you can see here, there's everything from anime to music to video games. And as you can see, I've already kind of picked out two here, and it looks like the people over on Fire Emblem Heroes are already reacting to the fun times of the Swimsuit edition here. Oh boy. But enough about that. Let's talk about some of the more interesting features from here. You can do things like join a public chat room, talk to people who, might share your interest here, or maybe, look at the feed for all of your memes and all that fun stuff. And of course, they have things like polls, and my personal favorite are, of course, quizzes. So let's just jump into a quiz real quick to show you what's going on. Alright, I picked out a quiz that's based around here. It's based on character titles. Those little things underneath their names when you start, you get the character. Anyways, let's try and see if I can actually do this correctly, because I don't know if I know all of them. Just, Delightful Noble. Ooh, that's a difficult one. Lilina, okay. Ooh. It's like, it's either Lilina or Lachesis, and I don't know any of those. Okay, we finished off this quiz. We got a score of 120. Not the best in comparison to other people, but hey, we tried our hardest and we did what we needed to do. So, as you can see, Amino's full of all kinds of strange, interesting, and fun little things to be a part of. Be a part of the community. I highly suggest it. Go check it out in the description. It's worth every second, I think, at least. So, check it out. Hey nerds, Sages here. So, we're going to be talking about some data mine content. I'm not going to be going into the character specifically when it comes to stats or otherwise right now. I'm going to be saving that for the trailer that's going to be coming out, where we'll be discussing not only, the trailer where it shows everything, but also I'm going to pop up their stats and everything and give you a bit of a better idea. So we're going to be talking about some SP boosting abilities that are apparently coming from these characters. That's one thing that we will be talking about. And we're also going to be talking about the other thing that's kind of obvious. So, for those who don't know, they kind of reduced the orb outtake from the gauntlet. That's no surprise, and that's probably because we're going to be having another Tempest trial sometime in the future. Who knows what theme it's going to be based around this time. I'm hoping a little bit that it just won't simply go straight. I'm trying to think of it. Go straight to Fates, in a sense. It's not just going to jump from like, oh, hey, there's Awakening. That was a fun game. Let's go to Fates. I'm hoping we'll get a different twist on it this time. I mean, considering the fact that we have a summer festival coming along, I'm not so sure. But, of course, a lot of you were thirsty for some action and some fan service. So I guess there you go. Some of you were not very happy about Awakening being back, so sorry. There's always time to change it. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry too much. I'm sure eventually we'll get some more fan servicey characters for those who may not be in the bigger games out there right now, as people become more accustomed to them in Heroes. But mostly, we're also going to talk about some of the character abilities that have been coming out, at least that we know about. So again, big thanks to I believe it was Asian Crank and Happy Sad Person who covered this data mining spree. They did a lot. So I will talk to you guys a bit about what to expect from these characters. Mostly in the line of weapons, because of course these are, I'm not sure how to explain. They're specialty characters in the sense that they're only around this event. They will disappear after this event. They will be gone. You won't be able to, of course, get them after the summer swimsuit thing ends. Elysian Summer, as it's called. And, of course, much like, let's just pull out a character that I can, where is she? Charlotte. So Charlotte, her weapon, thank you. Her weapon and several of the other ones outside of Lynn for the bridal one, of course, had the same effect, which was basically, a bit of a better spur in a way, and nothing too crazy, but it was around all of their weapons, and their weapons always had the same sort of might, and they were, they of course could be inheritable and things like that, and it's good to see that for the most part, this has not changed one bit with several of these, weapons that are coming from the summer festival. So, What we do know about these weapons is that it's going to be kind of similar to Celica in a way, but also different. It seems to be that, from what we can tell, all of the weapons will share the same sort of stat, which is if a unit has 100% HP at the start of combat, unit will get an attack, speed, defense, and resistance of +2. If attacking the unit, so if they initiate the attack, the unit will take 2 damage afterwards, which nothing too crazy. It's basically an inbuilt Fury 2 with, I think, a little bit less damage reduction, if I recall correctly, or at least a little bit less damage taken from the unit that actually initiates, which is a nice one to have. I have to say, it's a neat little ability, nothing too hard. It's actually a lot better than some of the other. I mean, I'm looking at you, Spring Festival, with your weird little. Yeah, it's a Fury 2 with less damage taken. Granted, it has a little bit more of a specification, you know, having to have full health. But if you happen to have a healer around, you could probably bat it around a bit, or renewal. From there, we also, of course, have Valor skills, which was something that I really found very interesting, because it seems that these units will have... There's 2 forms of Valors right now, and these abilities will boost your SP output after the battle. And what this does is that, of course, we have Lance Valor and Axe Valor, and what this does is it boosts SP by 1.5, or 1, and then, of course, 2.0 if you do decide to use them, and it buffs it for all Axe users who are on the team if you have it fully upgraded. So that means, you know, a ×2 multiplier to all SP gained for Axe units or Lance units in that battle if that unit that has it actually survives, which means that this is actually a pretty nice way to grind SP if this is so. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm definitely down for that. But it seems that these will probably, just based on what I'm seeing, will most likely be attached to, well, the certain characters, Robin and Tiki, who, of course, have it. Nothing too crazy there. We're, of course, going to get a Paralog. Nothing crazy. And we, of course, are also going to see some July quests. Some of the bigger ones are just, well, you know, Training Tower again, as always, where, you know, everyone loved that one, right? Clear it 10 times. Nothing too crazy. And then, of course, we have things like, you know, Clear Paralog 8 Part 1 with on Lunatic with Sword User on your team. All 4 allies must survive. And then, of course, Paralog 8.2 with the Lance unit. All units must survive. And then Axe unit on 8.3. All units must survive. There you guys go. As for stats and characters, when it comes down to other units, you know, the actual units themselves, we're gonna be going over that in a lot more detail. But there's a lot of interesting things to look at. We, of course, have new maps, which, of course, are all tropical themed. To give you an idea, I'm just going to, you know, you're going to hear some furious typing as I bring them up for you. So I do apologize, but for some reason, the image link is not working on this right now. What did you do, OBS? Okay, let me just try this then. So, we of course have several maps to look forward to, but I'm gonna guess that, you know, this isn't something that's a huge draw, but there's the first map. Pretty tropical-like. Fitting, it's almost as if there's a summer event going on. And then, of course, we also have... let's just pull this one up real quick. Another summer map. I'm just gonna drag that over. Oh, wow, it's kind of see-through. It's because the water animations on these maps are kind of missing a little bit, but, you know, that's just how it goes. And I believe that's pretty much... I mean, there's another map, but really, I don't think you're too concerned about that. We do, of course, have the pictures of their weapons and their special effects and things like... I mean, there's going to be watermelon slices and candy going everywhere. We, of course, have their chibi models and everything, but one of these days I'm going to actually start making chibi models again from all the characters. I'm just going to put up the watermelon one because I love that weapon. It's ridiculous. Good old Tiki and her watermelon. But if I were to say anything about the characters, I would say that Gaius will be an interesting character to look at. So, I mean, just look at that. Look at that stupid little watermelon axe. It's just gonna... I love it. I just love it for no reason. I don't know why, but I do. But yeah, there's a lot of characters that might be pretty interesting here. I'm not so sure about Frederick, but once the trailer hits, we'll be going over all the characters as they are shown in the game, working, and hopefully I can get you a better idea out of it. Unfortunately, because of how these character stats are obtained, it does mean that the final products will probably vary quite a bit, or at least a little bit, because these are based off of lunatic values, which means that they're inflated in some way. So, just so we're clear, don't expect too much. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much all we know from the new data mining. Of course, swimsuits. We also have, well, all sorts of other things to look forward to. New Tempest trials. Valor skills seem to be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to some SP boosting. Personally, I would like some SP boost myself. Just normal. Get on it. Please, can I boost my SP a bit more? Can you do a ×2 event again? As it would make me so happy. But yeah, I mean, I didn't want to go too deep into it just yet, but I did want to give you guys a bit of an idea of what's coming. So look forward to another Tempest trial. Goody. Hopefully they fix some of the issues that we had. And then finally, hopefully, we have a lot more to look forward to. And then I think my tablet just died. I think the battery on it just went out. Well, fitting in all regards. For now, though, guys, I will catch you later. Thanks for watching.